All right, here we go. Back to old Drucifer. You know, he has good taste. He's and this band he chose, I had started listening to them from his channel because I know he had mentioned them before. I think you did. I don't know. Sometimes my brains are all scrambled. I'm pretty sure you mentioned this before because I have been listening to this band and I'm pretty certain I learned it from your channel, Drucifer. But you know, if you watch Drucifer's channel, you know what he likes. He likes all kinds of stuff, but for the most part, he likes that pounding, just in your face war metal shit. What did you say, Drucifer? Somebody refers you as the war metal minister of something I can't remember. Sounds pretty accurate. But anyway, hey, check it out. Take it away, Drucifer.
Hey, what's going on, dudes? It's Drucifer here with some goddamn metal for your asses. Here to talk about some underrated black metal awesomeness. Fucking Minenwerfer's Volkslieder, the band's debut album from 2010. One of my favorite black metal albums of all time, despite not even being that fucking old, dude. This album rips fucking ass, dude. 5 powerful tracks of World War I themed black metal. And it is 5 tracks, but it's over 40 minutes of war-fueled insanity and atmospheric fucking black metal awesomeness, man. I goddamn love this band. Dude, you can smell the fucking mustard gas and the corpses rotting and being eaten by rats in the fucking trenches, dude. This is all World War I themed greatness. Now, it was a bit hard for me to choose between Volkslieder, the debut album, and Nihilistician, the band's second full-length. But I think all in all, this album just really represents what the band is all about. If you can get your hands on anything from the band, I would recommend that. They just put out 4 new EPs this year so far. We're only halfway into the year. But Volkslieder by Minenwerfer, man. There's something about the reality of it being World War I based. And there's 40 million casualties of World War I. Over 20 million people died in this war. There's something about the depth and the realness of the subject matter combined with the darkness and the weight of those dissonant black metal riffs that are ferocious, sometimes often melodic, though not dipping into that pansy-ass melodic style. But the blasting drums, the fucking vocal shrieks sound out of this goddamn world, like this pain and anguish of war. All of that shit just culminates into fan-fucking-tastic black metal excellence, man. This thing, you can't go wrong, man. Put on anything by the band, I would definitely start here. The band is fucking awesome. They are also subject to some controversy. They're kicked off of some of the platforms, as is the case in the modern age. With pretty much anything that's fucking interesting, somebody somewhere gets pissed off at it. Minenwerfer is banned from Bandcamp. I guess some kind of accusation of being Nazis, even though this is World War I themed, and the Nazis weren't even a thing in World War I. But I guess fuck it, they're speaking German close enough. And again, I want to reiterate: do not let the German name, the German title, a lot of the German lyrics, and the fact that it is World War I themed from a German perspective fool you. The band is from California, but this whole thing just has an atmosphere and an impact. Again, dude, you can smell the corpses in the trenches, dude. You can smell the fucking gunpowder and the bombs. This thing is pure fucking atmospheric magic. For me, one of my favorite black metal albums of all time. Can't go wrong. Get your hands on some Minenwerfer. Start out with Volkslieder.
Hear that song? Does that surprise you? You watch Drucifer's channel. Does that band surprise you? My light went off. I'm trying not to say so many bad words on here. I'm trying to come on! Man, I'm trying to not hold myself back. Every damn video I put up, it gets demonetized. Every one of them, even the shorts I put up, it just talks about bands with no curse words. It still gets demonetized. I don't understand this damn platform. But anyway, Drucifer, the band you picked, Minenwerfer, or I'm not, well, actually, I do. Part of my family is from Germany. You think I'd be able to pronounce this Mernwerfer, whatever the hell, about World War I. Good band anyway. You heard it, everybody. I just played the song. All right, next up. You know what I mean? The old classic guy, Vincent Crowley. So I knew he was going to pick something interesting, and he picked a choice that I already listened to this band. Really good. I think it is underrated. I think that it needs more. So, all right, Rise of the Black Mass, Master of Evil, take it away.
Hails, this is Vincent Crowley, and my underrated black metal album pick is some USBM from Jackson, Michigan, a band called Wind of the Black Mountains. The album Sing Thou Unholy Servants, which was released in 1998 on Moribund Records. This album was a one-man project done by Chort, aka Jeff Elrod, who was also in the bands Lucifer's Hammer and black metal band Masochist. He played all the instruments on this album. This release is raw, chaotic, dark, satanic, perverse, and somewhat experimental, and definitely a lot of Bathory worship on it. The sound isn't consistent throughout the album due to it taking 4 years to record this, so there's songs that have a different sound to them, guitar tones and such, but it still works well as a great album. For the most part, this is raging black metal, but it has added elements of acoustic guitar, keyboards, even some female vocals, some weird intro type passages, and it just makes it an interesting album. There are 8 tracks running about 40 minutes. The songs Force Fed into Blasphemy, An Autumn Evening, Darkness Crave, Black Goat, Beautiful Sorrow, Adversary, Taste of Forbidden Desire, Rites of Darkness, a cover of Bathory, The Shadow, Hill of the Horned Goat, and Thou Shalt Not Mourn. I was friends with Jeff a long time when I was playing in the band Acheron. He was an absolute fucking maniac. He definitely fucking lived what he played. I think it shows how it is if you see the insert in the middle of the CD where he has a woman bent over in looks like a rehearsal space and doing some satanic sodomy or such. So yeah, he was a complete madman. Unfortunately, he died of a drug overdose at the age of 37 on May 23rd, 2006. But the fucking music lives on.
So yeah. Winds of the Black Mountains is a good band. They were released on Moribund Records, which put out a lot of good stuff back then, and they still put out good stuff. But I really like that band. They got some solid releases, and plus it's got members of Masochist. So Masochist could easily be my pick as an underrated black metal band, black metal album, whatever. That band is early black metal. You always talk about early U.S. black metal, Profanatica, Vaughn, other stuff, which is valid, but I feel Masochist should be up there as well. Very underrated. And Winds of the Black Mountain, excellent stuff. So great choice, Mr. Crowley. All right, next up, we have Arch Oppressor from Lord Humongous, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller. Let's go to the Warrior of the Wastelands. So, what is this piece of shit? Anyway, picked him because he's got good choice, good taste. We've talked with a lot of good music he likes. And also his band, Lord Humongous, I think is a new band that needs some damn recognition. They put out that full length that everybody on Jim's label, everybody seems to like, and they're supposed to put it on LP coming up, so I'm looking forward to that. So, solid band, and here's his take. All right, take it away!
Greetings, this is Arch Oppressor from Lord Humongous, and thanks to Rhed from Rhed for bringing me into the conversation of underrated, underappreciated black metal releases. And I chose to bring Goat Penis, Apocalypse War. And you may be thinking Goat Penis isn't underrated. And I would have thought so too, except for I've noticed a weird phenomenon. That's like every time I have a conversation about war metal, extreme metal, black metal, and I bring this band up, people tend to look at the ground and giggle, and it becomes real clear to me that this is a band that a lot of people have seen the name, They know maybe the logo, but they just kept on scrolling past that Nuclear War Now listing for decapitation philosophy, and they never enlightened themselves to the gospel of the greatest war metal band of all time. Yeah, I know, blasphemy. Listen, I love blasphemy. And on Fallen Angel of Doom, it's filled with fucking insane blasts. And so many war metal bands take that and create a whole genre out of that. War metal is not only blast beats, I would argue. And I would use as evidence Goat Penis Apocalypse War, because on Blasphemy Fallen Angel of Doom, there are sections of slower atmospheric breaks, as well as something that I would characterize as very, very violent opportunities to mosh. And in Lord Humongous, mosh is not a dirty word. We're not talking about a giggly, circly mosh pit like Municipal Waste. We're talking about the kind of mosh pit where somebody gets hurt and goes to the hospital afterwards. And Goat Penis provides ample opportunities on this record for that. This was released in 2016, so I understand maybe it's not like a classic album from this band, but to me, it's the best Goat Penis record. Every single song is memorable in a way that so many war metal albums are not, but you're not sacrificing brutality or violence or intensity for that memorability or catchiness. You're getting both in one package. Initially, it was released as an MLP, and then later on as basically a full length. A lot of the songs on this are about war and death and the end of humanity, as is the case with most Goat Penis, but sort of through the lens of Apocalypse Now. There's stuff on here you wouldn't really expect, too. Keyboards, guitar solo, stuff that you don't normally associate with war metal, and that's what makes this record incredible, and that's what has made Goat Penis incredible for the entirety of their careers. Of all the war metal bands out there, I would argue that Goat Penis is the one you can hear and almost immediately identify that that's them. This was the height of that. After this, some of the albums that they did went back to that more blasphemy-based, sort of blast beat-centric style, which is a little more chaos. But this record has always stood out to me as being something incredibly special. You can get it now at Brazilian Ritual Records, a nice special edition, and it's totally worth it. And I think this band deserves to be way more in the conversation than they are currently. They've inspired my band to a degree which I can't even explain, other than to say that on our album, we covered a song from this record in standard tuning, and it still sounded heavy as fuck. And for me, that's the mark of an amazing riff and an amazing song, when it doesn't need to be downtuned to sound brutal. Yo, thanks a lot. See you later.
So, Goat P. I don't want to say the scary word, Goat P, the band, the letter P. Maybe this won't get demonetized. I don't know. But, his point is, maybe people think, okay, that's not underrated. But actually, I think it is. It's the war, bestial type metal. It walks the lines. I think they get their people give them their props, as they call that lingo. Crap, I don't like to talk in slang, but that's, they do get their recognition, but I think it deserves more, and plus, it kind of sucks. Recently, in a short period of time, 2 members died from the band from issues, so it really sucks, but really good band, and hey, good choice, Arch Oppressor, because I like that band, and I think they're excellent, so good choice. All right, next up, Eddie from Realms of Metal YouTube channel, and also Realms of Rock. He has a distro website that sells a lot of good stuff. Realms of Rock. If you go check it out, he's got a good website. Everything from black metal, thrash metal, hardcore, punk rock, all kinds of stuff. So I highly recommend you check it out, support him. He's also working on trying to get an actual physical storefront. So I think that's really cool. I support him. We'll check him out. But anyway, Eddie, let's hear what you got to say.
What's going on, everybody? Eddie here at the Realms of Metal. This is going to be a short video here. This is in response to Rhed from Mordant Rhed. He wanted to know what I thought was an underrated black metal record. And here it is, man. I'm going with Samael's Ceremony of Opposites. This came out in 1994 on Century Media Records. It was their third full length. Samael is a black metal band from Switzerland. Now, they started off as more of a traditional black metal, but as the years went on, like they hit the mid-90s, they kind of went a more industrial kind of electronic route. And after this record was the record called Passage, where they did that. So this is a black metal record through and through. I would even say there's elements of death metal in it too. But Samael, especially in the beginning, I mean, the first record was Worship Him. That was 1991, which I have. You could tell they took a lot of influence from bands like Celtic Frost and Bathory. It's their most raw record, but even listening to this record, it's not that raw. I mean, but it's their rawest record. This was their first one. Their second one, it got a little bit more streamlined, and that was Blood Ritual. I believe this was 1992. And then this is their opus, in my opinion, 1994, Ceremony of Opposites. Now, it's not the traditional black metal I was used to, that second wave of black metal, like Immortal, Marduk, Emperor. It sounds nothing like that. It's, I think it harkens back to like old Celtic Frost style. Really unique. It just sucked me in, from the moment I heard it. I mean, this came out in 1994. I was 19. I can't say I was a kid when I first heard it. I mean, I was 19. I was a kid in here for sure. Yeah. But I was 19 years old. And me and my friends gravitated toward it immediately. We just loved everything about it. We loved evil stuff. It's definitely an evil record. Lyrically, musically is very dark. Love the lyrical content. Always have. It's a record you could listen to a couple times and know all the words of the songs in a heartbeat, because they're led. You can understand what he's saying. The singer is Vorfalak. And first of all, the songwriting is what really sets this record apart for me. That's 10 out of 10. The songs are so memorable and catchy. Vorfalak, the singer, his vocals are, it's a weird thing to say, but they're gruff yet smooth. Like if you listen to the record, it just flows, like some of his lyrics are, am I the rock on which you build your church? Like, it's just, you got to listen to the record to know what I'm talking about, and you understand as soon as you put it on and you hear the whole thing. They're another band that incorporate keyboards in their music, and they do it the right way. Adds a super killer element to this record and their stuff with the keyboards, similar to the way, Acheron does it, or a Nocturnus AD. They incorporate keyboards the right way, and it adds that kind of eerie feeling to the record, almost like a soundtrack from hell, like a really fucking killer. And, funny story about this record, man. So they were opening up for Cannibal Corpse in New Jersey. Yeah, I think that was 94. So maybe 95. So Cannibal Corpse was probably touring for the Bleeding, which I did see them on that tour. This was another place in New Jersey. And we were going specifically to see Samael because they were opening up on this record on the way down to New Jersey. We got pulled over. We got into a little bit of trouble. And we never made it to the show. So just something I think back to, and all the friends I had in that car. I was not driving, but we did get into some trouble on the way down there, and we never made it to the show. Just a funny story that I always think back on. We almost seen Samael on that tour, so that's just hilarious. So, like, in the scope of the genre of black metal, to me, this is not an underrated record. I love it. I always have, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. in the circles of black metal. You don't see it, mentioned online a lot. And that's where I feel it's underrated. I just don't think it gets the respect it deserves. So if you're not familiar, Sam Miles, Ceremony of Opposites, man, check it out. You are going to love this record, man. So there's my shtick, hails to Rhed at Mordant Rhed, and peace out. We'll see you guys again real soon.
Now, you know what? That's an interesting point. Picking Samael's third album. Most people talk about them and, their first album and second, but nobody really ever mentions the third album, which it really is a solid album. People tend to link in the first two, and then after that think, they started getting weird, when it's industrial weird crap. But that was later. It was after the third album. So I think that was a good choice. And I think people, if you haven't listened to the third album, because honestly, when I listen to Samael, I listen to the first two all the time. I kind of overlooked the third one, so I'm kind of guilty of that too. I just kind of overlooked the third one. But he submitted this video, and I went back and watched and listened to that album. I was like, you know what? I hadn't heard this in a long time, and that's a pretty good choice. All right, next up, here we go. Barry from that Goat Metal channel. All right, Barry, let's check it out. What do you got to say? He likes all the good stuff. He's from up there in New York, likes good New York hardcore. He likes good black metal, death metal. So, with no further ado, the Goat Metal Man himself!
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry from that Goat Metal Show. I received an email from Rhed. He wanted me to do a short video, basically just giving something about an underrated black metal album. Now, a lot of you already know I am still kind of new to black metal, but I'm getting my hands very dirty in it. And I've been discovering a lot of great bands. But one of the bands I could say that's like an underrated band right now that nobody's really talking about, and unfortunately they're not together no more, is Thy Primordial. All right, there's a black metal band from Sweden, and this album came out, I believe, in 2000. That was the name of this album, The Heresy of an Age of Reason. Okay, let me show you the inside of it real quick so you can see these guys were really into their shit, man. Good. There's some very, very, very good fucking black metal. As black metal gets, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And it's I really enjoyed it. I found this in American. I think it was millionsofrecords.com had it, and I think I paid for like maybe just under $10 for it. But it was well worth it. Even the album itself is look at this, a fucking white vinyl. Can't go wrong with that shit under $10. Right, but again, very, very underrated. I put it on, and I must have listened to it at least 2 or 3 times. Fucking Scar loves it, so you know it's got to be some good shit, all right? But this is my underrated black metal band, Thy Primordial. All right, this album came out in 2000. Give them a listen. All right, this is Barry, that Goat Metal Show.
Choice. Thy Primordial is another band that I see the name all the time. I just never checked them out. Good choice. I really like it, and I think all you people need to go out there and look that band up, because some of this stuff just kind of gets under the radar. And plus, there's so many good bands out there, it's kind of hard to hear everything. So, hey, Barry, good choice, and keep it up. And again, be ready to party up there in New York. All right, last but not least, Metal Ben. I know you weren't chosen last on purpose. It's just how it fell in the files. Okay, I didn't want to do any favorites, but anyway, Last but not least, but keep the best for last. So your choice was interesting. But anyway, let's let you talk about it first. Come on, man.
All right, we're back with another video, and this is a response to Rhed from Mordant Rhed. That's right, he's gonna do a video on underrated black metal albums, and he wanted me to do a video on what I feel was a very underrated black metal album, and I found one. Something nobody talks about at all here. So we got a band from Switzerland, a one-man project called Annoyed. And this is their 2009 album, Alter Axis. This came out on blackmetal.com. I got this on Hell's Headbangers probably 5 years ago now. Yeah, man. This is some brutal black metal, man. If you like Mordant, I think you'd enjoy Annoyed. This is some brutal, violent, fast, pumbling shit. There's plenty of blast beats. There's even some death metal riff beats thrown in too. You know, a few mid-tempo parts that are pretty fucking heavy. But yeah, man, all in all, man, this is some violent sounding shit. Yeah, doesn't let up at all. And yes, this one-man project does have a total of 9 studio albums. Some brutal stuff on here, man, like the track By the Flames that opens it. Starts off with these blazing, ice-cold riffs, then you hear this gunshot and then this fucking lady screaming. Yeah, that's the brutality of this freaking release, you know? Other brutal tracks on here too, like Black Thought, you know, Slashers is a really cool song. That one really stands out to me, it's just brutal, you know? Humanicide's fucking killer. Yeah. The End of Days. Yeah, man. Check this motherfucker out. Annoyed. Alter Axis from 2009. And that's my choice. Keep it fucking brutal. And keep it metal and keep on banging those fucking heads.
Okay, Metal Ben, that was a good one. Annoyed. A cool one-man project, and I like it. I thought that was really cool. I'd never even heard of that before. Honestly, I never heard it, and I listened to it and listened to all that's the album you talked about, and pretty good stuff. I think it's great. So keep it up, and check out Metal Ben's channel. He talks about some good stuff on there, good reviews on there. So that's it for now. More stuff coming up. Also, more and more plug for Mordant Rhed the band. Go check it! Check out on Bandcamp. We got that stuff back on there. Some of the CDs on there, and we got the banners back in stock. You can hang on the wall and scare people that come over with some ugly people on there. Patches, all that stuff you put on your battle vest. So all that stuff's on there if you care. If you don't care, it's okay. I don't give a crap. As long as you like the other content, it's fine. So that's about it for now!